Let's get high. Let's get our guest speaker to do it. So last year, this woman is insane. I was in a workshop with that woman, and I really might bring it up. She's a little too wild. Oh, am I in the way? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the live part of what we're doing.
Oh, shut up.
time? I think it is. Yes, Granny, did you ring the bell?
Heather's,
10 o'clock.
Oh, it's okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Yolo. Coming to you live from the beautiful Grand Prince Odeon here in downtown Winters, California. So happy that you're here. We got a beautiful day, beautiful weather, beautiful smiling faces on all of you. Please join me in singing this little song called Elevate and Celebrate. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let joy take hold and elevate your soul. Let love be great and give us cause to celebrate. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let joy take hold and elevate your soul. Let love be great and give us cause to celebrate. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love.
Thank you, Billy. Good morning, everybody. I'm playing host today. I'm Dr. Deborah Taylor, a practitioner here in this community, and it is my joy and my pleasure to welcome everyone here, including our online community, around the world, the universe. We're all connected. So I'd like to extend a special welcome if we have any first-time guests today. Thank you for the gift of your presence. And now is a good time to let you know a little bit about our facility. To my left, your right, and up the ramp are restrooms, as well as downstairs in the fellowship area. So,
Good morning.
good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. I'm doing pretty well. We had a fantastic concert last night, one of our house concerts.
I heard, I'm
Yeah.
sorry I missed it.
Dennis Johnson, amazing slide guitarist. Some people came up to me and said, this was the best concert I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, wow.
That was just Tracy. I believe her. But we've got an exciting day of music. Actually, my partner, our dear friend Erica, is going to join me on song today.
Wonderful. That's fun.
We're having fun today because it's a really fun topic.
Yes, and I'm here. There we go.
And of course, the wonderful Reverend Mignonne is.
Oh, yes. Reverend Mignonne is giving our talk today. It's going to be very insightful and interesting to see her take on this beautiful topic of sex. Ooh. It's Good one. So, okay, you know I like to have fun, so here we go. So, as we get started, you may say, what the heck
What the heck?
is science of mind? Well, science of mind is a philosophy that teaches spiritual principles and how to bring about our good through thought, belief, and the interconnectedness of all life. It's the realization that God is not just out there somewhere, you know, or up there, but is within us, right where we are. It's in us, around us, through us. There is no place, or as, oh my God, her name just went out of my head, says there's no spot where God is not. So, what we believe, I'd like to just give a few of the main distillations of what this philosophy teaches us here and what we practice. First of all, we believe that love is all there is. Love is all there is. So even when it doesn't feel like love, when it feels in fact like the opposite of love, and that feeling may be kind of big, it's not the truth of the matter. Beneath all of that is love. So no matter what, you know, somebody told you, or maybe even what you told yourself a few minutes ago, I invite you to open to the possibility of seeing that everything is either an expression of love or a call for love, as Reverend George used to say. So if we can look at life like that, if it doesn't feel like an expression, maybe it's a call for your love. How can I be love even now in the midst of what's going on? And if we can step into that different way of looking at it, it's amazing how our life could change for the better. Well, you know, we're judging. We're judging, right? But I'm going to say for the better. If it feels better for you, then it's for the better. We believe that all thought is creative and influential. All thought. So even if we're not thinking that positive, whatever, it's okay, because what we're learning here is that we can change that thought. We don't have to be stuck in it forever. We get to change it. And as we change our thinking, our lives change, because our beliefs change. And when our beliefs change, what we attract into our lives changes to reflect that. We believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete exactly as you are right now. So let's just take a breath on that one. Right now, like not after I lost 50 pounds, not after I whatever, on and on and on. No. Right now. Because we are spiritual beings. We come from a perfect God, and we are perfect spirit. And that is what is seeking to express itself more and more and more through our lives. And so I just invite us to open up and allowing that expression to happen. We believe in a world that works for everyone. And we're working from that world right now because we believe that it's already done in the mind of God. So therefore, this world is already perfect. All the laws work for everybody the same. There's no, say when it rains on everybody, and when the sun shines, right? If you're out there, it's shining on you too. These are spiritual laws. And as we learn how they operate, and if we learn how to use them, then we find that our experiences become more in alignment of what we want to experience. And we give that right to everybody, yeah? We can't say, my way is the only way. You're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong. We say, everybody has the opportunity to use spiritual laws. And it may show up differently for other people than it does for us. But they still have that right and that opportunity. So now is the huggy time. Well, it's sort of the huggy time, but we call it the namaste time. And so namaste literally means I bend to you. And now people use it as a simple hello greeting, but we like to say that the God in me sees and recognizes and honors the God in you. And so let us greet each other with our namaste. And now would you please welcome our practitioner for the day, Heather Flores, who will share our vision, mission, and affirmation. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning.
Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so what we'll do is I will read the vision statement to you, and then we'll read it together. And then the same with the mission statement. And then we'll have the affirmation. Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Together, our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. And our mission? Our mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles, to live their inherent greatness. And together,
our mission is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and to live their inherent greatness.
That's yummy, isn't it? And our affirmation this week is a very simple one. And we can all read it together. I am a spiritual being. Yes. Namaste.
Namaste.
And now we've got announcements, I believe, from Vice President Tracy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday morning, and welcome, Reverend Mignonne. It's always wonderful to have you here. Thank We only have a few announcements coming soon. We're going to have a metaphysical book club here in Winters. So more information is coming on that. And as you know, we have a care circle that we do in Davis, and we're almost maxed out. So we are going to have a care circle in Winters in person. That's also coming soon. So a lot more information coming on that. In addition, we would love some more support in regards to fellowship and also in regards to the usher greeter. They're both great opportunities to give back. And fellowship does not have to mean you cook an amazing meal for everybody. It can be something as simple as fruit and cheese. So we would love some support with that. And then, of course, being the usher greeter, you get to welcome all of this and see all the new faces coming in. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. And now as we enter into the more contemplative portion of today's service, please join me in singing There Is Only Love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Our sacred readings for today come from earnest tomes from various publications. Science of Mind proclaims the spiritual nature of humankind. It removes fear by introducing love. It places us in the mind of God as some part of the eternal wholeness. This is from Ernest Holmes' Alcoholism. Through a conscious acceptance of the fullness of the presence of God, there flows in and through us a joy, a love, a wholeness that touches every part of our being. This is from Science of Mind magazine. We are so intimately connected with the universal creative God power that it is impossible to get away from it. Hence, we never have to wonder whether or not we are in touch with it. It is where we are and we are in it. It is in us, it is around us and flowing through us. This is Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing.
I know that the allness of spirit is infinite, that all of life, physical and non-physical, exists within and because of it. It is everything, everywhere, always. Who I am is spirit expressing itself. Who each being is spirit in expression. All of life is the perfect outpicturing of spirit's unlimited creativity. Knowing this is uplifting and empowering. It is alive in this very place and time. We come together today to celebrate our knowledge, faith, and trust that we are one in the one mind. I bless and give thanks for Reverend Mignonne and what she shares with us. I bless and give thanks for Billy and Erica and the wonderful music they bring us. I bless and give thanks for those who came early and created the warm and loving space in which we meet today. I bless and give thanks for everyone who is here in the sanctuary as well as with us online. I bless and give thanks for our fellowship time following the service where we share food and friendship. With deep gratitude, I release this word into the law of mind, knowing that it is done perfectly, and so it is.
So our topic today was a kind of interesting challenge to come up with music for. Not that there's not a lot of songs about sex, but finding one that we can play today in the center. So one of the songs that I picked was a wonderful song by Marvin Gaye and Ed Townsend. It's called Let's Get It On.
Trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on, oh come on, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get on. Let's get on. We're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understanding says we got to be. Oh, let's live. Oh, I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you.
CSL Yolo.
Good morning.
It's Reverend Mignonne here. And I am honoring the global themes for CSL, larger CSL. And in August, it's unstatus quo. So we want to talk about the fullness and the wholeness of God. And literally today, maybe bring some things that we keep in the dark out in the open. And so today, the topic is the healing power of the sexual energy, of the sacred energy exchange. That's what I heard Michael Beckwith call it once, sacred energy exchange, which stands for sex. So we're bringing it out of the shadows and honoring it as a part of expression of God and of the wholeness of the human experience. And the spiritual principle that I'm working with today is that this energy exchange is a natural expression of creation, and it can expand our awareness of the divine. But let's start with the highest vibration that we know of. And the highest vibration that we know of is love. Now, some of you may know that I just returned from what is traditionally called the City of Love, which is Paris, France. I did, after all, go to the Olympics, supporting friends and family. But even with that energy of the Olympics, and it was a great energy, love was not lost in that city. You know, everywhere I looked, I saw couples in love. I saw people holding hands. I saw them kissing. I saw them, you know, in the middle of the day at high noon, and I saw them leaning against walls at midnight. I mean, it was an explosion of the energy of love. And it was couples that were teenagers, couples that were in their 70s. It was women and men, men and men, women and women. It was France. It was families, you know, people with baby carriages, and then also couples I saw with sort of disinterested teens. So love was everywhere. Every corner that I turned around, under the bridges, in the parks, at the cafes, in the museums, at the games. Love was everywhere. And love is a healing vibration, and it's the highest vibration. And as a natural extension of love, there's sex. Now, many of you may or may not be aware that Ernest Holmes wrote a volume of The Science of Mind in 1926 that is not utilized very much. But he has an entire chapter on the spirit, the energy of sex. And this is where I'm turning to get a lot of my knowledge from, my inspiration from. So what Ernest says in the special lessons in the 1926 version, Spirit of Sex, he says this: human love and affections go hand in hand with sexual desire, even when it's not recognized as such. An affectionate nature is generally a passionate one. Love is the wonderful thing, the most wonderful thing in the world, and it creates the highest form of energy we know in the mind of man. And it can be expressed at the levels of passion, or else it can become transmuted into a spiritual coin of real and lasting value. But the ideas on sex are likely to become overemphasized in modern literature along these lines. Ernest says sex is normal in its proper sphere. And if it were not, it would not be. For nature does nothing without some good and ample reason. Nature does nothing without some good and ample reason. And expressed in its natural sphere, sex is a joyous, wonderful, delicious, magnificent experience. It can be that. So, but Ernest also talks about the meaning of true love. And the meaning of true love, he says, is a wonderful thing. For it's the desire for the soul to express itself in terms of creation. Creation is brought about only through the self-givingness of the lover to the object of his love. That is why when we love people, we will go over the limit to help them or to serve them. Nothing is too great. No sacrifice is enough. The true lover gives all and is unhappy in not still having more to give. But of our emotional nature, love is generally expressed through sexual desire. However, sex is not necessary to the expression of love. The sex relationship is not necessary to the expression of real love. One is the giving of the self, and if this givingness is complete, sex will take care of itself. This energy, Ernest says, must have an outlet, and it is only when this desire is suppressed or unexpressed, remaining in the subjective, that it becomes destructive. Ernest believes that millions are daily blown up mentally and physically through the suppression of desires. Desire is a dynamic force, and it must be taken into account. There are many ways to express this desire and many ways to transmute this energy, to change it, and to channel it. So sex driven by desire, which he's calling libido, and it's the desire to create, that desire to expand, that desire to increase awareness. So I was imagining that this is definitely, this unexpressed desire in men might feel like a completely, extremely destructive force from what I know of it. But I said, what if we turn that desire into like feminine energy? Perhaps it can be transmuted into something that is a little less disruptive and expressed as healing love. So today I want to discuss this expression, this desire, unleashing this energy, this sexual energy, this desire, and mental, physical, spiritual. I believe that it can cause mental, physical, and spiritual healing, and that is when sex is done in the proper context. Now, I'm not the first person to think that this is an idea. Again, the late, great Marvin Gaye has a song called Sexual Healing, and it might hit the right chord with many. That bridge says, whenever blue teardrops are falling and my emotional stability is leaving me, there is something I can do. I can get on the phone and call you up, baby, and honey, I know you'll be there to relieve me. The love you give me will free me. And if you don't know the thing you're dealing, oh, I can tell you, darling, it's sexual healing. So if we're going to talk about the sacred energy exchange, let's talk about it as a healing force, because healing really is what it's all about. So this monthly theme of taking the taboo and bringing the taboo out into the open, embracing the wholeness of all, and this idea of sex is something we don't usually talk about in our spiritual community. However, as Deborah stated earlier, there's no spot where God is not. So God is there in the midst of our sexual relationships. But let's be clear, because there's a lot of trauma sometimes for a lot of people around this idea of sex. I'm speaking about this energy, this loving, kind, wonderful energy between two consenting adults. You know, science of mind recognizes that there's only one body, one mind, and one soul. And everything is held within that one. And this includes sacred sexuality. But you may be saying to yourself, Reverend Mignonne, you know, my sex life is ended. I'm too old for this topic. I'm not sure why I came. Or my time for these activities have passed. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, I'm going to look at you all, but I'm here to tell you right now that your time for these activities have not passed. As long as there is breath in your body and that your body is feeling well and you're feeling that you have feeling in your body that you can express the spiritual gifts of the sacred union. And there are mental, spiritual, and physical healing gifts. When it's entered upon based on love and mutual attraction, it is a source of healing energy. The energy, this energy, when united, this is an outward expression of God. Again, Ernest said in his 1926 book on on sexual energy. He said how important it is to express this energy. Sex desire becomes destructive only when it remains in unexpressed longing. This is not put forth to encourage free love or to advocate indiscriminate relationships, for neither one is believed in by the writer. It is stated as a fact, patent to any thinking person. Libido must be expressed and can be expressed through more than one avenue, through transmutation. So that is to change an energy, to take it into a higher form of energy. But you've got to be aware that we're dealing with energy, that everything is energy, and it's an energy exchange. And when you express that libido, you're freeing life's energy and you're lifting it into an avenue that is very high. You can also sublimate this, and that is, you can change the form of that, change the form of the energy, but not the essence of the energy. So maybe it's not expressed in a physical union, but it's expressed in some other form. But it's still the high vibration of that energy. And it produces a magnetism, this sexual energy produces a magnetism that is irresistible and wonderful in its scope. So the atmosphere can be changed completely. The energy can take the form of real love, and that is the highest and most powerful vibration on the physical plane. It's this idea that everything is energy. We know that. We come to that. But, you know, we're not the only people that knew that. 5,000 years ago, there was this idea called tantric sex, tantric Buddhism. Tantric is an ancient Indian practice that goes back. And tantric itself, tantra itself, means woven together. So people who practice this Buddhism meditation may also practice tantric sex as a way to weave the physical and the spiritual. This practice brings together spirituality and sexuality and emphasizes the importance of intimacy during the sexual experience. Now, Tantra isn't just about sexual pleasure. It's more about celebrating your body and feeling a heightened sense of sensuality. So this practice intertwines spirituality, sexuality, mindfulness, and it encourages a sensual experience that you can do alone or with a partner. So the goal of tantric sex is to achieve that energetic, contact during a sensual experience. It's a practice that slows down, and the aim is not always to achieve what some people consider orgasm, but instead it's about feeling a connection to either your partner or yourself that's so intense that it feels enlightening. It includes breathing, it includes movements to activate sexual energy, but it reminds us of our spiritual nature, and it is an unmovable part of our being human. So it's practice. It's a practice in Eastern religions currently. And there are practices from the past of sex being healing and healing energy. There are people, I was telling Deborah that last year at this time, myself and Joyce Mahadi, you guys know her, we were at the World Parliament of Religions last year. And at this time, I went to a workshop called Sex, God, Sex, and Death. And it was by an author, and I have her book here with me, who studies goddess worship. And she really blew my mind, I think she blew everybody's mind, when she talked about the idea of these temples that people would go to in order to worship the goddess, Aphrodite or others, and receive healing. And, you know, husbands would send their wives off to go receive the healing in the temple. And it was just a normal part of their everyday society that we have long past moved beyond. But this idea of that being a healing energy, that is still in our consciousness. It's still in our consciousness. So It's a movement towards not just creation, but it's a movement towards love. It's a movement towards an expression. It's a movement towards uplifting your soul, your body. Ernest states that this true meaning of love is a wonderful thing, for it's the desire of the soul to express itself in terms of creation. And creation is brought about only through the self-givingness of the lover to the object of his love. That is why, and I've said this before, when people love each other, they'll go to no limits to serve them. And he reminds us of that you can go a little too far and you can deplete your vitality. And if you overindulge in this, you can demagnetize that energy within you. And he reminds us by telling us about the story of Samson and Delilah and how that is a story of the demagnetization of that sexual energy. I'm going to talk a little bit about another pitfall. Overindulgence is one pitfall. It feels good. We're lifted. All things are working together. We're coming into that sacred union. We're increasing our awareness of what is possible, what is the divine. But a pitfall of that desire is the feeling that we cannot live unless we possess one individual, body and soul. That's not the idea of love, but it's an idea of possession, and it often becomes obsession. Ernest reminds us that no soul is really complete until he or she feels complete within themselves. And this should help take the sting out of life and free an individual to love all, to adore some, and to find happiness everywhere. So even though there is that sacred union and there is that attachment, if, for instance, a partner passes away, or if you are left in the lurch, that love is this ever-present thing, and that you can experience happiness and joy and this union as you go forward. And it is an energy that is expressed through an individual, and yes, sometimes it is attached to that individual, but we can practice this sort of non-attachment to it. And that, he says, takes that bitter sting out of it. Oh, but it's so hard because, when you're in love and you're bonded and you're like that, the other thing that we need to think about is what if that desire is not returned? What if it is not mutual? And Ernest Holmes says this about unrequited love. It creates a longing so intense that it tears at the very heart, it tears the very heart out of life. And it throws one into a feeling of despondency, and it's hard to recover from. So this is what we know is when we meet this feeling with truth, we know that love is eternal, that love is real, that love cannot be taken away, it cannot be added to. And it's a hard teaching, he admits, but he emphasizes that happiness comes from within. And don't allow yourself to become depressed or morbid. And don't attempt to draw life from others. Live the life God gave to you and come out of that emotional intoxication with yourself. Don't drown in the feelings of desire. Don't, so easily said, don't drown in the feelings of desire. I know, right? Engage in some form of activity that will express your better self. The hurt will remain unless love has a broader scope when it is, and then when it is narrowed down to that single person. Unify with the whole and realize God in and through all. He says, why would you want fragments when the whole is there for the taking? Why would you want fragments when the whole is there for the taking? So back to this idea of sex and healing. It's done through the cultivation of intimacy. And we always like to say intimacy, into me, you see. It's being vulnerable and revealing your true self with all your perceived flaws. And it's a beautiful experience of unfoldment when you can share the truth of who you are and not who you think the other person wants you to be, but exactly who you are. And that intimacy, that familiarity, that friendship, that it causes a true delight in human connection. So the more intimate we are with ourselves, the more we know each other ourselves, the more that we can be intimate with another, the more that we can share with another. And so we should cultivate that intimacy of deeply knowing ourselves and then finding that connection, that relationship, that trust where that you can reveal yourself and become even more of yourself. And that can happen in that sacred energy exchange. You can feel even more of who you are. I sort of shivered when I thought about this topic because many men and women suffer from sexual trauma. And in order for sexual healing to take place, we have to sort of express that. This can be a triggering topic. But if in this sacred union, in this sacred connection, you have conversations, you have consent, and you have continued communication, then you can have freedom in this sexual union. First, it is one of consent. Consent between two adults. Then it is one of conversations. Conversations of fantasies, of whatever it is you need to talk about, to get it out, to build that trust. Then you consent. And then you communicate. Communicate your likes and communicate your dislikes. Listen to your partner. And invite exploration. Have joint exploration. Explore by yourself. You know? All of this deepens your experience and it broadens that expression. So in these encounters, we can respect our partners, we can respect their boundaries, we can honor when we're told no, and we can delight in when we are told yes. So, finally, many people have shame around their sexuality, around their sexual histories, or thinking that sexual activity can only be done in one location or one position, or that even engaging in sex is a dirty little secret. But if we reunite sexuality with spirituality, then perhaps we can remove some of the shame from this natural act and know that it can be very beautiful, very healing, loving, wonderful experience. So just because I'm a little scientific, I said, well, what are the real benefits of having this sacred energy exchange? And this is what I found out. AI helped me. AI said, well, Reverend Mignonne, if you have sex frequently, you can strengthen your heart and reduce your blood pressure. Okay, I like that. You can reduce stress and anxiety and improve your sleep. But I like that too. And it can prolong your life. And this can happen if you engage in this once a week, and if you're over 65, every 2 weeks. And we can do that. That's your assignment. Anyway, your assignment this week. You can do that. I have a friend that says, when David brought this topic up to me, I thought, oh, David. I said, is it because, it's sex, it's men, it's women, it's men and women, it's men and women and women, it's all of these different are you coming to me for some expertise? Do you think I have the expertise in this? Anywho, so because I can talk about all those different combinations, I said, I don't know about that. But I have a friend that says, well, Mignonne, are you autosexual? Anywho, that has to do with mechanical things that you do by yourself. She's named it autosexual. There's all these types of sexuality, and autosexual comes into it. So you can express your sex. Same sex, different sex, autosex. Or asexual. I do know people who are asexual. They're transmuting that sexual energy and utilizing it for other reasons. But you know what? This sacred energy exchange, when done right, in the right circumstances, with the right candles, with the right smells, with the right touch, and with the right person, can be an amazing, explosive, wonderful experience. And so really, it's a little bit like going to Paris. Let's just go there. It's like, we think of Paris, we indulge in all of these sensual things like chocolates and croissants and the coffee and the smells, and it's like engaging all of the sensuality of life, the beauty of life. And that is really the true assignment. In order to kind of get in touch with this sacred exchange of energy, to get in touch with the sensual side, get in touch with your sensual side, have a really good meal, a really great glass of wine, a really good conversation. Go and look at the beauty in an art gallery. And for those of you who like advanced study, explore intimate touch, masturbation, and sensual pleasures with oils and scents and candles. You can have a pleasure party and invite one of those sex-positive women with all their goodies, and you can purchase them. I'm not that person. I will refer you to people. So, there's ways in which to do it, and to take the shame out of it, to bring the love back into it, to bring the fun back into it, to bring the joy back into it, to take the judgment out of it. There are benefits to this for many. So in our church, we don't judge who your partner is. We honor all paths to love. But we know the truth about our sexuality, that it is an inherent part of our spirituality. And what I know is that it can be a healing force, that it is an energy that is a natural expression of the divine, that it is time for us now to release the shame that we've been taught about our bodies, about sexuality, and to embrace the wholeness as it shows up in every form. And that includes sexual energy, or sacred energy exchange. That includes pleasure. That includes sexuality. That includes intimacy. It is the appropriate expression of desire. That is an extension of divine love. And it is and can be a healing force. So, that's it from me this day. Let's take this message into prayer. And so I know that there's only one energy that's back behind all. And this energy is a loving energy. This energy is a kind energy. This energy is an energy that loves to create and expand and grow. This energy is the energy of the divine. And its deliciousness, its loveliness, its explosiveness, its expansiveness. That is my energy. And it's the energy of each and every person here. And so I speak my word. I speak my word right here and right now. I speak my word that each and every one of us move towards the highest expression of our sexuality, move towards the highest expression of intimacy, and move towards that highest expression of love and life. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful that this life force energy that's wrapped up in the sacred energy exchange is available for each and every one of us. I am so grateful and thankful for the experience of love, for the experience of joy, the experience of closeness, and the experience of healing, of sexual healing. I am so grateful for that, God. And I release this word into the law. And together we say,
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So, a while ago, gentleman that you might have recognized his name is Cole Porter. He wrote a song about how natural it is for us to get together. Because, here we go. Birds do it, bees do it, even educated please do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. In Spain the best of the sets do it, lift the wings and let's do it, let's do it, let's fall in love. The Dutch in old Amsterdam do it, not to mention the Finns. Folks in the band do it, when they kick and they grin. Some Argentines without means do it, people say it must even bees do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. Romantic sponges, they say, do it. Oysters down an oyster bay, do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. Cold Cape Cod clams against the wish, do it. Even lazy jellyfish, do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. Electric eels, I might add, do it, though it shocks them, I know. Why ask if shad do it? Way to bring the shad row. In shallow shoals, English souls do it. Go fishing for privacy of goals, do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. Let's do it, let's fall in love.
Thank you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Reverend Mignonne, you made it through it. You're still alive. I know you thought you were going to die. Thank you for that insightful talk. So, let's fall in love another way. I'm ready to mess up there. So I'll just do this. Let's fall in love and share some energy as we enter into our time of sacred giving. We are a center that observes the spiritual practice of giving or tithing. We call it conscious, committed, structured giving. CCSG. Okay. There are many ways to give and many ways to expand our abundance consciousness. We give of our time through volunteering, our service, we give of our talents through participation, and we give of our treasure through donations. Your gifts help us in our mission to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. We have a tithing partner each month, And this month, we are sharing a portion of our tithe with Rise, Inc. We share our tithe with organizations who share similar values to ours. And Rise's mission is to serve the rural community to enhance the quality of life and opportunity for self-sufficiency. And their vision is to build healthy, strength-based communities where everyone's talents and gifts are shared. Rise's vision is to foster communities where all individuals feel connected and valued. So we can definitely support their vision, for we believe that we are all connected. So there are many ways that you can send your donations to CSL Yolo. You can text to give at 530-322-8441. You can PayPal to info to donate at CSLYolo.org. Or the old-fashioned way, two old-fashioned ways. You can send a check or money order to CSL Yolo, P.O. Box 1361, Davis, California, 95617. Or you can simply place it in the offertory plate that will be circulating in just a moment. So now that we know why we give and we know how we give, let's enter into the sacred consciousness of divine abundance and divine circulation. I invite you to place your hand over your heart, symbolizing the vibrational energy of circulation, and say with me our affirmation. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today, I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
So let us bless this offertory. Let's shine some energy toward it as it goes out. We bless and release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given, according to the law of circulation, it returns to us, full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. So for this we give thanks. We let it be so, and let us say together, and so it is. So now is the time. I'm going to invite us to just take a breath and release it. And just, if you will, imagine a child sitting next to you, in the seat next to you, with their parents and their friends, filling the space with that joyous energy. And at the same time, imagine yourself honoring and loving and hugging and joyfully welcoming that inner child within you. And let's say together, we love you. We're here for you.
We're here for you.
And we're so glad you're here.
We're so glad you're here.
So it is. So remember, we believe in the power of connection. That means that we believe we are all connected to each other and to God, and that this connection has power. That power is shared through prayer. If you would like the gift of prayer today, please let one of our practitioners know, and we would love to share the gift of prayer with you. So please don't leave with anything heavy on your heart, or if it's something you want to experience more of, reaffirm that as well. So we have a sacred space in the alcove where there is privacy, and of course God is all there is everywhere, so we celebrate that. So before our closing, just want to announce that we have fellowship downstairs in the fellowship area. We invite everyone to join us for a little bit of fellowshipping and getting to know each other more and more closely. So let us circle up
For our closing song.
for our closing song. And then Reverend Mignonne will do the benediction.
There we go. There we go.
And the wonderfulness that is this life force until we meet again. And so it is.